If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries, yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
As I've stated previously in other videos, the Masons like to tell you things in plain sight. This way they avoid karma and karma energy. That's why you can't spell the word alien without removing the A and the N, which will leave you the word lie. This is the same as the word Bible. If you remove the two B's, you're left with I-L-E. Rearranged spells lie. That's why you should always be careful and always be wary of someone that tells you to believe them, because hidden in the word believe is also the word lie. Only those of high degree Freemasons are aware of the knowledge regarding aliens and UFOs, and that it is a complete hoax. Some of these people will tell you indirectly rather than directly in their subliminal messages.
Prove it! Prove it! Prove they went on the moon. They can't prove anything. All they could do is show you some old footage. I can do better footage with the AI right now. This is garbage. You know, how come all the alien footage we always see, there's none in a high definition? Why is it always garbage?
So you don't think aliens are real?
I believe there's fourth dimensional beings.
What is
I believe there's fourth dimensional beings that are in a different wavelength and a different vibration that come down here and can snatch people sometimes. Right. I don't believe in reptilians or greys or Pleiadians. I don't believe anything these people say. I think what is much more likely is time travel. I believe all of these space sightings and these UFOs and all this other stuff, I think it's much more likely that it's people from the future who are traveling back in time, and the UFOs are kind of like the cover story.
I'm not a astrophysicist. I really can't speak the language of the people that do it so well out at JPL. But I just know, as a person that makes movies and uses his imagination, and also as a person that is insatiably curious about UFOs or UAPs, yes, that there's something going on that we're really not being made that's not being disclosed to us.
Well, senators who have been briefed on this, and I don't mean just these latest balloon-ish incidents, senators who have been briefed on this have said there are things the American people deserve to know, and the quote I love is, and they're ready to learn. And that says to me that there's something sort of paradigm shattering about this news that we're not being told.
You know, the most optimistic thing I feel about these things that we're seeing in the skies, or the Army and Navy and Air Force are recording on their gun cameras, is that what if they're not from an advanced civilization 300 million light years from here, but what if it's us 500,000 years into the future that is coming back to document the second half of the 20th century and into the first 20th century, because they're anthropologists and they know something that we don't quite know yet that has occurred, and they're trying to track the last 100 years of our history.
Well, the hopeful part about that to me is that we survive.
Yes, that we survive, or a certain percentage of us survive, that allows these other generations to flourish.
A lot of people will remember or have heard of the UFO crash landing that happened in the 60s in USA in Roswell. A clue and an indication that this was a media publicity stunt and a hoax is that the two richest families at the top of the pyramid in a 13-step stack, as shown on the back of the US dollar bill, are the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers. Both of these families also begin with the first two letters RO. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to give the video a thumbs up and a like, and be sure to subscribe for future content, and I'll see you in the next video.